Why in the world would I want to start a YouTube channel at age 74? Or why in the world would you want to start a new business or career at your age if you're in your 50s, 60s, or 70s, like me? There are a lot of reasons. Personally speaking, if I go back a ways to my age of 57, I had started a baking business, not even caring about my age at that time, didn't even enter my mind. I just knew that I had left a full-time job that I hated, and I had to do something to make money, to earn an income. And I decided that since I'd been baking all my life, that starting a baking business would just be like a natural thing to do. So I started that, and I've been doing it now for 18 years, supporting myself as a single person. And I decided to switch gears a little bit, but more on that later. Right now, we need to focus on kind of the why of why women would want to start a new business or career. Because, so many of us have heard from family and friends, well-intentioned, but still, they'll say things like, you don't have the energy for something like that, to start a new business. Or my all-time favorite is, you don't have enough time to have a business. I guess they mean we're running out of time, and why would we want to start a business at our age? But, I think that's all kind of a ridiculous myth. It's not reality, really. Now that we're a little bit older and we don't have so many obligations and we have a lot more time to ourselves, it's really a great time to start a new business or to pursue a passion. We have all this extra time and we want to do something meaningful and purposeful with ourselves. So doing something like this, I think, is a great idea. And we just can't listen to our well-meaning family and friends. They have our best intention in mind, but we need to forge ahead. We need to focus on what makes us happy. And if we have a burning passion to do something, then we should certainly pursue it. Hi, I'm Susan, and welcome to my channel, where we'll talk about everything related to getting older and navigating our lives through this next chapter. So, young people, they don't have the experience that we have. They haven't really lived through the decades of life that we have. So they don't have the advantage of all of that, our experience, and they don't have the confidence that we have. We do get more confidence as we get older. I truly believe that. And we don't take ourselves so seriously. And so we really have a lot of advantages at being an older person. And we should recognize these advantages. Younger people haven't lived through so many successes and failures as we have. And we certainly have learned from our failures, because, that's our best learning tool. If we fail, we sure better learn what happened and try better next time and try not to make the same mistakes. But we've lived through that, but younger people haven't. And so I think this is one of our great advantages. And there are a lot of women now pursuing business ventures or, hobbies that are money-making hobbies later in life. It's not uncommon anymore. And for me, starting this YouTube channel was something that I wanted to transition to. I had my baking business for 18 years now, and I started it at 57. And at the time, I didn't even think about the fact that I was 57 years old. I just knew that I needed to start I needed to have a business of my own. I had left my full-time job because I hated it and I couldn't do it anymore. And I did a few odd jobs before I started this baking business. But as I say, I've had it for 18 years. It's supported me as a single person all these years, and it's been great. But now it's time to switch gears and try something else, something different, something that will challenge me for sure. So I started this channel, and I've loved it. So far, it's been a lot of fun. I enjoy the fact that I can share my experiences with women of the same age and, talk about life as an older woman and the struggles, the issues that come up, the challenges, everything related to getting older, as I said. And so that's what this channel is hopefully going to be about. That's what I want to focus on. And it builds confidence in me, and that's really a great thing. It allows me to explore a lot of topics that involve getting older, which is also a wonderful thing for me because I want to be more aware of what's going on with me and at my age and with all other women, at the same age. And so it's just been, so far, a great learning experience, and I really enjoy it. So why would you want to embark on this journey? Maybe you realize, and you should, that there are products and services for older women, and you could tap into something like that. Maybe you've come from a banking background or a financial background, and you think that perhaps you could do some consulting to help women in their finances. So you could start with a consulting job or a consulting business. You might be a very creative person and enjoy photography or painting or jewelry making or any of those creative hobbies. And you could start selling your wares on Etsy or eBay. So those are some avenues you could pursue. Or maybe you're a people person and sales is your thing. Or if you're an introvert and you like to work alone, you could get a job perhaps working remotely from your home. There are plenty of opportunities, I would think, with something like that. So there are a lot of avenues you could pursue depending on your personality and what hobbies, what interests rather that you have, and what you want to pursue, what would make you happy. We could certainly take inspiration from women who have started businesses later on in life. Vera Wang, we're probably all familiar with Vera Wang. She started her bridal business at the age of 40. And who else? Let's see, Martha Stewart. Oh my goodness, she's still going strong. But Martha Stewart, she started her what was it called? Martha Stewart Living magazine later in life, maybe in her 50s. She's worked all her adult life, and now she's in her 80s, and she's still going strong. And who else? Julia Child. Everybody knows about Julia Child. I think she was in her 50s when she started, or rather when she wrote her cookbook, The Art of French Cooking. And then she went on to her TV shows and she was on TV till she was in her 80s. And Bobby Brown is another one. She started her business and sold Bobby Brown Cosmetics to Estee Lauder, and then she had to wait because of a contract, a non-compete contract. So she had to wait several years until she could start a new business again, and she did in her 60s. She started Jones Road, and that's also a skincare cosmetic line. So these are some women that are very inspiring, I think. And, we should take the inspiration from them and use it to our best ability, and just find motivation from all of these examples. And I just think it's a wonderful thing. And so I hope that this video has helped you a little bit, and maybe inspired you and motivated you to take that first step, and do it slowly. Take your first step very slowly, try it out, see how you like it. And I think it would be probably just a wonderful thing for you. So thank you for watching and listening, and I will see you in the next one.